Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the IGC Coaching School YouTube channel. I'm your host, Olivia Chapman. I'm the CEO of IGC, and we are talking about probably one of the top questions that I am asked ever. Anytime I go anywhere, in my DMs, people who book calls with us, we are asked this all the time. People want to know if they would be good at being a life coach. I think especially women, and I'm going to speak on behalf of all women. I'm just kidding. We as women, though, typically have a lot of these natural helping tendencies, right? And so a lot of people come to us saying things that we're going to get into today about how they are as humans and why they think that they would make a great life coach. And then they're coming to me and saying, but would I really? And we have picked up on some of these character traits and ways of being and personality styles that have made amazing, amazing coaches over the years. And before I get into that, I do want to preface this quick little video with saying that making a great coach, don't hate me for this one, but being an amazing coach is not the same as being an amazing business person or entrepreneur. This video is all about being an amazing coach, being a natural coach, being great at helping people transform. What kind of woman or what kind of human is amazing at that? The next video we're going to do is going to talk about what makes a great entrepreneur or business person or business woman. So like, should you start a coaching business or should you coach internally for an organization or look for a career in coaching? These are questions we get all of the time. I also do want to say, if someone had told me 10 to 12 years ago that I would be good at business, I wouldn't have believed them. So there's a little bit of a gray area, and some people are not sure if they'd be good at business. What I might say in the next video may or may not resonate with you, but at the end of the day, you have a lot of options when it comes to utilizing your coaching skills and your coaching certification. But before you go on to thinking about starting a coaching empire or being this like 6 or 7 figure earning coach and having this amazing business, what you have to have that are excellent coaching skills. So let's get into what it takes to be an amazing life coach. So this question is like, would I be good at that? Oh my God, I get that all the time when I introduce myself at events. I think I'd be good at that. Like, what kind of people are good at that? Like, how do you know if you're good at that? Here's how you know. Number one, are you the person that everyone always comes to for advice? Honestly, as basic as that is sign number one. If you are the go-to person in your circle or your friend group or your community for guidance or support or a listening ear or, any type of insight into what could be going on with other people. And I always see this too as, and I am this person, you end up like in an Uber or waiting in line somewhere or on an airplane. And by the end of that little trip or situation, you know someone's entire life story. If you know, please like or comment on this video. I have always had that tendency where when I start talking to people, it gets really deep. I end up knowing everything. And, people are coming to me, they want advice, they want insight, they want guidance. This is sign number one. This is sign number one. And quite frankly, if this is happening to you all the time, you may want to consider getting your coaching certification and getting paid for your time. I have jokingly considered sending my friends invoices. But anyway, that's sign number one. People always come to you for advice, and you tend to attract people that just want to, I don't want to say trauma dump because it's not always like that, but people who want to share. You have this natural trusting, like this person is going to give me some solid advice and not steer me in the wrong direction kind of vibe. If you know, you know. That would be sign number one. Number two, you have to be super passionate about helping people grow. This for me was also a big sign. I just wasn't doing it right. So if you know my story, you would know that I was a public school teacher for nearly a decade. I loved helping. I loved teaching. I loved watching people change their circumstances and grow and get better. And I found it so inspiring. And I loved being inspiring. And I loved helping people see new ways of doing things. And really, even when I was working in 3rd, 4th, and 5th grade, like helping the kids see that like they were never actually stuck. And if they are still waking up every morning, there's always a chance to get a better result in life. And that's always been my vibe. Maybe it was because of my traumatic childhood. Anyway, if you have that in you where you're like not a giving up type, where you're super passionate about helping people grow, you can always see the silver lining. You always can see that, where there's a will, there's a way. And it genuinely makes you so happy to watch people achieve. So like the opposite of this would be people who get jealous of other people's success, or they're like, her life is better than mine, or anything like that. That's not a good vibe. Like, I mean, I think my goal as a trainer, my goal as a coach has always been to help people get further than even I could. I would say that's a really big indicator of success. I've had many students and clients far out earn me. So maybe I got to out earn them. No. But I get excited for that. I love to watch women win. It never has made me feel any type of negative way about myself. And I want you to think about that for you. Does it fuel your soul to see other people achieve and grow? That would be sign number 2. Sign number 3 is literally every woman. I'm sorry, men. These go to you too. You can exercise this muscle that I'm about to say. But if you are a woman, you have this naturally, and that is a strong intuition. If you have a knack for kind of understanding things that are not always said, right? So you get a feeling about people's emotions. You can see kind of where people are at energetically even before they even say anything. That is such a good sign that you're going to make an amazing coach. It's picking up what we say in coaching, kind of ICF core competency wise. What we say is it's hearing the things that are not spoken. Okay. So whether that's body language, watching how our clients or people around us, move their bodies, or the tone of their voice, or the energy that, again, it's almost hard to even explain. And if you know, but your intuition is going to guide you so much as a coach. So if that is something that you are tapped into, that's a huge sign that you're going to be amazing. There's also tons of people who are niching into intuitive coaching. And I love this. One of my favorite graduates who I've actually hired for different sessions after graduation, she does intuitive coaching, and there's a market for that. There is absolutely a market for that. So it can be highly supportive to help your clients see things that they may not be able to articulate yet, to get more clarity. We actually teach a full-on lesson in our ICF accredited coach training program, all about how to access your intuition. We have an amazing trainer. She's also our NLP trainer, who goes through that. Like, some people feel their intuition more in their third eye, not to get super woo. Some people feel it more in their body. And it's an amazing lesson that helps you access that even deeper. But if that comes naturally to you, chef's kiss, you are made to be a coach. Number 4, love this one. This is really in any industry, but I think is often overlooked in the coaching industry. But this commitment to being a lifelong learner. So if you're constantly seeking new knowledge, you're interested in like true personal development, you love to learn, you love to grow. One of the things that, you commit to as an ICF credentialed coach is professional development and ethics. And you think about it like, or maybe I think about it, when I was in the classroom, we had professional development all the time. We were always doing book clubs and learning new ways to be better educators and better people sometimes. And I think often when someone goes off to work on their own, they forget that like that's also part of it. But a solid coach and someone who would make a solid coach, they were doing this all along. So they're going to be staying up to date on best practices. They're going to be coming up with innovative ideas and tools and resources to support their clients, and they're going to love doing it. So if that sounds like you, if you always have your, I don't want to say your nose stuck in a book, but kind of like if you enjoy reading self-help books for fun, what are you waiting for? The last one that I want to get into today, and I'm sure there are many, many more, but these I would say are the top 5 that we have seen in like nearly every successful or amazing coach that we have worked with over the past 10 years, is these women, myself included, who come and they're like, I'm so happy I'm finally in a group or a community of women who actually like to have meaningful conversations. I cannot go to events where we are talking about gossip or just silly little like, how's the weather? What did you pack in your kids' lunch this week? Like talking about people. That is typically not the vibe of an amazing coach. Like we want to be talking deeper things. We want to be talking about what's motivating us today, what's driving us, what we're interested in. And this kind of encompasses every other quality, I would say, too. It's like if you are that person that everyone comes to for advice, chances are you're not talking about the weather, or you're not talking about, the ugly shoes you saw someone wearing, because that stuff doesn't even stay in your brain. What stays in your brain are the books you've been reading, or the podcasts you've been listening to, or conversations with other, intuitive, intellectual humans that, brought you to a new realization, or, being innovative, or how to be a better human or mother or friend or wife or whatever it may be. You thrive on those meaningful conversations. And you almost like, if you know this feeling, it's like if you've ever been to a dinner party, or I used to I don't want to talk about him, but like my ex-fiance, like I hated going with his friends because they talked about nothing. I was so bored. I'm like, I need to be in spaces with people who are talking about just deeper things rather than gossip or pop culture. I'm not saying 24/7. If you do know, I love me some good reality TV, but where I really feel most alive is in deep, meaningful conversations that, essentially lead me to like broaden my horizons or see things a new way. So I know I just gave you a lot in a short amount of time, but if any of those things you're like, "Oh my God, that's me." Maybe you didn't realize that there were actually a lot of other women or humans in the world who are like you. Welcome. We'd love to welcome you. But these are the kind of people that really thrive in a coaching environment, being coached, becoming a coach, bringing that coaching energy, like I've said before, to a business. Oh my God, if this is you and you can package this into a beautiful coaching package, you're going to be able to sell that because your energy is magnetic. If this is who you are at work and you feel stifled sometimes by restrictions or not being able to be the real you, this is where you might say like, hey, I want to pitch my company something innovative where I come and I actually, outside of what I normally do, I'm going to add in this depth, this level where I'm going to be coaching our team and leading our team and moving them through these transformations, like all of which is possible by learning those coaching skills. There's so much opportunity for you. That's what I love about really honing in on your coaching skills. It just allows you to truly elevate your impact, your income. And outside of all of that, and I've asked myself this a million times over the last decade, like, would I still do this work if I didn't get paid? And I love money just as much as the next person. And money does make your life easier. And I'm a single mom of 2 kids. So not making any is not really an option. But I gotta say, I would. I love coaching. I love being in the space where I am able to support people, talk about their growth, use my intuition, share something I've learned or some new skills or resources with others, and have deep and meaningful conversations. I don't think when it comes to quality of life that I could ever even put a price on that, because I truly would do this work for nothing if I had a rich husband. I'm just kidding. Ask yourself for that, because just being able to be that, what we call it in IGC is getting back to being. Coaching is a back to being. Like if you're having a bad day, go coach someone, because often that is going to make you, it's kind of like the light, what's that yoga thing? Like the light in you honors the light in me, or the light in me honors the light in you. It kind of brings you back to that center, because that is your superpower. And that is where you're supposed to be. So of course it feels really, really good. So I'd love to know your thoughts. If this was helpful for you, please like and subscribe to our channel so we can find even more people like you. And if you know someone who would benefit from listening to this to get them re-inspired on their purpose, re-inspired on their path, please feel free to share this video. And we'll see you next time. We're going to get a little more intense, because next time we're going to talk about the qualities that it makes to be really good in business, qualities that it takes to be really good in business. And you can grow those too. They're a muscle. All right. Talk to you later.